morning, Joanna.
Good morning, Rupert. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much for making this time to meet.
For sure.
Yeah. We had a few email exchanges and also talked on the phone before. Really appreciate your expertise on the subject. As you know that we're going to move into the Indonesian market, and the company is looking for the market expansion. It's a great opportunity for all of us who work in this company. I'm very proud to have a very good team, and we're so glad to receive your support and help using your expertise. Really appreciative. But in our previous conversations, you already asked you some questions and you give me your expert answers.
Yeah.
But I noticed something that you're concerned about, and also I noticed you might not be very happy with some of the certain things. Maybe it's company related, maybe it's personal related. But I think it is great if we can address this today and have a good understanding of what your concerns would be
Sounds
if we
good.
move into the Indonesian market, or is there anything else I can help you in any sense?
Sure. Maybe first of all, can you brief me? What is the situation? Or I send you the email with what is my idea or what could be the better plan.
Yes.
Did you give it some thoughts? Do you agree that the idea I proposed could be the best strategy for the company, or you have a different vision?
Well, in terms of the strategy, I want to talk about that later. Definitely, like the strategy would be very interesting. Both you propose and also something that I'm thinking about are interesting strategies for the companies to move forward. But let's park that aside and talk about something else that you might be concerned about. I noticed that you don't seem to be very happy before. And is there a reason, or maybe I'm too sensitive?
What do you mean? I'm not very happy.
Or not very enthusiastic about. It could be because we lacked the interaction in the past, so I'm not very familiar with your personality, so on and so forth. We all know that you're expert in this project. We want your expertise, and we value that a great deal. However, I'm trying to build a good working relationship for both of us to move forward, and I think that it's your intention as well. It's going to be great.
And this is a good change from your side.
Yeah, definitely. So, in order to have this
relationship,
in order to have this relationship, I think it would be great if we can openly talk about our concerns going forward. For example, I'm not sure if you're happy with the changes that we're making these days in terms of the direction the company is going, and also the staff changes, like the company's strategy. Anything that you're concerned about, you can bring that up today, and then we can talk about that first, and then we'll go into the...
Sorry, I'm confused. You're talking about the strategy?
So is that the only thing you're concerned about? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what do you think I feel I was unhappy, but from the start of this conversation, you told me you value my expertise.
Yeah.
You seem respectful with me, which I can be honest with you. Within the past, when you were promoted to this job, you were treating me. I felt you were treating me with not enough respect.
Oh.
Paternalistic. So I noticed a change of attitude. Maybe you were stressed and very nervous when you were promoted to this job.
Okay.
Could be the case.
Oh, that's very interesting.
It's good to know that you value my expertise and you respect my job. And about happiness, well, everybody in the office know that when the CEO decided to move and put more efforts in Indonesia, everybody in the company was expecting that I was going to be the one leading this project because I am the one with more expertise. And it was a bit of a surprise for all of us that you get promoted instead, because you have no expertise, no experience, you never lived in Indonesia before, you don't speak even Bahasa, so it's true that this came as a big surprise. Actually, I don't understand, maybe you can share with me why you apply for this job, or why you think you were selected for this job, when
Okay.
everybody else in the company was already
Very nice.
almost congratulating me, like, for sure you're going to be the head of operations in Indonesia.
I'm sorry about that, but I think there are two things you mentioned very valuable, and also I'd like to address both of them. So let's address them one after another. So first, you mentioned that I was not treating you well after my promotion, and I apologize for that sincerely. That's not my intention. I would never want to treat you badly. Um, and the second thing you mentioned about the promotion, I do want to discuss that as well.
Okay.
But first, could you please help me? How did I treat you after I got promoted? I wasn't very aware of my behavior. Maybe you can help me to improve in the future. Is there any incident that made you feel very uncomfortable after I got promoted? I want to
There are
improve
many
my
incidents.
I want to improve my performance in the future and behavior towards not just colleagues, but also in my personal life. I want to improve my behaviors towards other people as well. My partner, my children, my friends. This will
Okay.
be very helpful. So, do you have anything?
But I am not your partner, not your.
I said
children.
not only colleague relationships, but also personal relationships. Well, this will be helpful in both sense. Do you have any incident that you can recall?
Many. I have many. So maybe if you're saying, maybe you don't realize this is your behavior with people, but
Yeah.
you are always disrespectful and paternalistic and.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Paternalistic. Like you're always patronizing. Like this is it. And
Okay.
for example, I was reading the other day the newspaper
Mm-hmm.
because I love to read the newspaper. It's something I always do to read the news.
Mm-hmm.
And you came and you told me, "Oh, you're stupid. What are you doing? You should check the website. What are you doing reading a newspaper?"
Okay. Wow.
And I mean, maybe some of the things or my style is old school, but this is my style. And from my understanding, I mean, I've been here around much longer than you, and I have my way. So I don't think it's in your power to criticize people without a good argument. I mean, if you think it's more appropriate to check the news in the website for a good reason, then maybe I can listen to you. But just tell me people don't read the newspaper anymore and criticize me just because of that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but this is something I do, and you cannot. This is not the kind of behavior you expect from, not from a colleague, but less from your boss that is supposed to.
Absolutely.
So this is one incident, but I mean we have many in the past. I don't know. Maybe it was part of the insecurity when you were promoted to this job because you don't feel you have enough expertise, or you wanted to prove your authority, disrespecting the employees below you, something like this.
Well, I've never want to disrespect the employees below me. I see everybody as equal in this company, even though we have different titles, we carry different titles. Titles are related to the responsibilities we carry, but it has nothing to do with respect. I believe that everybody deserves respect in this company. So
it's good to know because this is one of the most important things with me in order to work correctly. Yeah.
I think I didn't know that it came off as so badly. Yes, I did have some thoughts about using newspapers and online, but it shouldn't come off as patronizing. I'm sorry about that.
And you also, I mean, this is a stupid example, but yeah, you always criticize my work and how I do my work.
Tell me more about it. I probably not aware as well. How did I criticize your work?
Yeah, you question everything I propose, everything I do. You question it, which is surprising because, as you said, I believe I have more expertise than you in many fields. So I think you should be more listening to me and using my advice instead of questioning.
How did I criticize you? I mean, criticism to me, I mean, this could be a separate issue. Like patronizing tones and also telling you off, calling you stupid, that is not acceptable. it's not acceptable. So to me,
Mhm.
so I shouldn't
You
have done
didn't call
that.
me directly, but the way you talked to me seems
Made you feel that you were stupid. Oh, that's not good either. Was that the case? I made you feel stupid.
mm,
Yeah. So that,
not respected at least.
okay, that's not good. So in the future, I will definitely improve my behavior, and I'll be more sensitive and conscious about how I come
Okay,
across
good to
in
know.
front of employees.
Yeah.
That was never my intention to make you feel that you are stupid. I might have different takes on internet and newspaper, but I shouldn't come off as patronizing to the employees.
Okay.
Absolutely. So
And you wanted to
and
tell me about
remind me,
how this promotion process worked for you.
well, let's talk about this first. I want to finish this, and then we'll definitely move on to this part. Second part is parked here, so rest assured that we'll talk about it. So the first part,
For me, I was finished. Yeah, okay.
okay. To help me more, I want to hear some more. So you talked about the criticism. I'm a type of person who, personal things aside, I'm a type of person who really value people's different opinions, but also I don't hold back my different opinions from people as well. I believe in order for an organization to be effective, we all need to contribute our ideas. But
I agree.
I don't want person to take it personal. Even though I disagree with that person, as long as I deliver it in a respectful manner, respect is the key here, respectful manner, I think whichever ideas goes forward has nothing to do with respect in the end. Do you agree with that, right? Okay.
Well, we are talking about business ideas for sure, and I'm always open, and we can discuss these ideas as we were discussing the strategy.
Oh, absolutely.
But this has nothing to do about you telling me how I should read the news, which is not business related. You know what I mean? So about business ideas, I totally agree.
So I agree with that, and please remind me if I do that again that made you feel stupid or disrespected.
I will do.
My door is always open. Send an email or come to me. Appreciate that.
I will do, but also in order to avoid me to do so.
Sorry?
Just, I don't think it's very productive if I should tell you. I would suggest be more careful or think twice before.
Oh, absolutely.
Question.
Yeah. So that's my self-improvement part. But sometimes old habits die hard. Tell me, please. Yeah.
I will do.
And in terms of criticism, I think it's a very good point. This is type of working relationship we really need to build in the future, since I value your expertise so much. And but also I have to let you know that if I don't agree with you, I will definitely let you know. And I hope that you'll be okay with that. It seems that when I question your proposal, you are not okay with that. Are you not okay with the way I question you? Or you are not okay with the fact that I questioned you?
No, the way you do it.
Okay.
If the way you do it is with a strong argument, and I can see the improvement, we can have a conversation. But
do you mind sharing one of the incidents that I questioned you that made you feel very uncomfortable?
Well, I suggest in the future, if this happens to me again, I will let you know.
Yes, please. Yeah. All I care about is the content, because this is what I believe what an effective organization should be. People all are entitled to voice their opinions, as long as we do it in a respectful way.
Yes.
Okay. So,
and you already said that you respect my expertise.
Yes.
But maybe if you explain me the second part, how you come to this job, maybe it helped me to see what are you bringing, why you were put in the head of this project. So this will help me to respect you more.
Oh, absolutely. I don't mind sharing some of my experience, and excuse me for not sharing it before with all of you guys. So you probably noticed that I'm quite young here. My age is, I'm younger than most of the people on this team who are on the same level as me. To me, I value the company because the company is based on meritocracy. And I think I'm an example of that. That's why I feel proud of this firm. So what I did in the past is I got an INSEAD MBA program, and after that I started working for A&M Corporation. And I did a very challenging project in another country that is related to market expansion as well. And the project, despite all the difficulties and challenges, went to be very, very successful in the end. We had faced resource constraints and also time constraints.
Which country was it?
It was, let me just double check it here.
In Southeast Asia?
In Southeast Asia, yeah. It is.
No matter, in Southeast Asia, I think. I just wanted
It's
to know
Malaysia.
if it's similar to Indonesia. That is enough.
It's Malaysia, I think.
Okay. It's
okay.
It's in the region. This is what I wanted to know.
Okay, yeah. So I do have some regional experience. And
so what was it? The market expansion of A&M in this country?
Yes.
And this was your first project assignment right after your MBA?
I don't think so. I had some other assignments before, so this is the most significant one.
Okay, and what was your role? What was extraordinary about it?
So what happened?
You didn't know anything about Malaysia before going to that project?
I didn't know much about Malaysia.
So how did you sort it out?
Well, I think there's one thing that I'm really good at. I may not be good at everything, but this is one thing I'm proud of myself, which is the learning capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
I can pick up things very quickly, and I learn the market quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I apply the skills I used, and also I'm very willing to learn from everybody. I value people's expertise and their skills on my team. That's why coming here, I want to build a good team as well to help the company succeed and to help all of us feel proud of our firm continuously in the future. So to answer your question directly, what I succeeded in the previous project. So one of the things I
we just want to understand why you get promoted, because as you said,
I see. Okay,
you are very young, you are a woman. We know you are very close to the senior management.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine how this could seem. And as you mentioned, actually, I'm glad you mentioned meritocracy, because you feel you are an example of meritocracy. But then, if you consider myself, I've been working for the company much longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
I am the most expert in Indonesia. I help the Indonesian business growing and developing. I'm pushing the CEO to invest more in Indonesia business. I mean, I'm married to an Indonesian woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is nobody that put much effort to the... Are you laughing? There is something...
Sorry. Indonesian woman. Okay, sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay, get back.
Yeah, no, taken. My wife will not be offended by that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you were talking meritocracy, and actually, in my consideration, the employee that has been devoting his work and his years to Indonesia, it's me. Mm-hmm. So if meritocracy exists in this company, mm-hmm. I could consider I will be the one most suitable for the job, for example. Wow. So it's interesting you bring that up, mm-hmm. but if the company is meritocracy, I wonder how the company is rewarding me for all these efforts and helping them within the Indian market. I don't have a raise. I haven't have a raise in salary since 10 years away. I mean, so this is interesting, and I would like to know if the company and you value my expertise that much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what the company is doing to show me this respect and this meritocracy. But maybe this is another thing we should discuss afterwards.
No. I mean,
anyway, so that's why I just wanted to understand. I understand you were successful in another project in Malaysia, mm-hmm. which is the same region, but still Indonesia is completely a different animal compared to Malaysia.
I'm just verifying the facts. So just give me 1 second.
Sure. So you didn't ask for the job. The senior management proposed you the job.
That is right. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I imagine if they propose you.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe if they did it, is because they saw in you more, I don't know, leadership skills that they see in me. And this is past. I mean, what is done is done. But this is why I wanted to understand
Mm-hmm.
what are you bringing that is valuable to the project, so I can respect you more as a superior.
Yeah, I think it's a very fair point, and no offense taken at all. And it's a fair question for everybody to ask this question.
Yeah.
Who are in your position? And I appreciate the fact that you bring it up so that we can have an open conversation about it.
Yeah, it's good to clarify because gossip spread around the office very quickly.
I understand
So I prefer
that, yeah.
you tell me how was it.
Okay, so to address your question directly, what kind of skill sets I bring onto the table? In my previous projects, and also I hope you understand that I'm not the INSEAD program, MBA program, is unlike many other US MBA programs that hires students fresh out of school. So we all had about 7 to 8 year work experience before the MBA program. So before working for A&M Corporation, I had about 7 to 8 years working in some other countries as well. And after INSEAD, I worked for A&M Corporation for 5 years. What I'm known in terms of my skill set is my interpersonal skills and leadership, and also my project management skills. I've helped the company not only in the previous project, but also the direct previous project, but also in many other projects before with A&M, manage those projects to success within very tight constrained time framework and also tight budget as well. So I'm known for being able to deliver the results with the help from the management team and also building a good rapport of within the team I build. And also I enjoy working in A&M. The reason is everybody has their own expertise and everybody is very unique in this organization.
I have a question. How did you manage to build these interpersonal relationships in the previous project without speaking Bahasa? How did you manage to build this relationship with the Malay?
May not be Bahasa. You didn't mention here. Sorry about that.
No, I mean you said your strength is the interpersonal skills.
That's right, yes.
And this is one of my worries actually about Indonesia. With Indonesians, it could be very, very difficult to build any relationship with them if you don't speak the local language, for example.
With the government, yes. The interpersonal skills I was talking about is interpersonal skills within the A&M Corporation.
I believe this is why I am in the team, because I am one of the few that speak the local language.
Oh, absolutely. Not only you, also some other employees. You are definitely valued here, and language skills is one thing. I don't think language skill is the only reason we want to bring you on the team.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's key for building these relationships and interpersonal.
Absolutely. When I was talking about interpersonal skills, it is not about interpersonal skills with the government. Malaysia
is within the team.
In a Malaysia team, in a Malaysia project, we have some other team members who are familiar with building the relationship with the government.
Okay. So they are interested.
Yes. So my skill set is mainly on leadership, team building, and project management.
Perfect.
To be more precise. And we absolutely value, we know it's not finished yet here. I just want to say that we value expertise. I'm not just talking about that. And I feel... I don't feel very good about the fact that the company give you the impression that you are not valued. And also you mentioned that you didn't had a raise and a salary for the past 10 years, and you feel that the company is not treating you well. You don't see the company as a firm that promotes meritocracy. This is definitely not the impression I believe the company wants to leave. Must be. I don't know the reason why the management team made this decision, but I would like to help both of us move forward and succeed in terms of building leading good projects for the company, and also to achieve some of our personal goals.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, it was useful to, as you said, in the Malaysian team,
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me more about what is your idea of my role to play in this Indonesia project? I'm gonna be. Your idea is that I'm gonna be in the field, like building this relationship with the government,
Mm-hmm.
with the local. This is the idea you have. Can we talk more in detail
Your role?
about Indonesia project? Yes.
Oh, Indonesia project. Yes. Let's talk about that.
So what are
Yeah, definitely.
your thoughts? Well, this was the origin of the conversation in the first place. My
Yeah.
email was about my ideas for the strategy.
Yes.
So I would like to discuss what is going to be the strategy for the project, and then what is going to be my role
Yes.
within this project.
Absolutely. So both. I'm gonna put it down here. First is the strategy. Second is your role.
Yeah. Or how we are going to interact. I mean.
Okay. So third is working relationship. Okay.
Well, no. Yes. Okay.
Your role and working relationship the same. Not the same, but
no,
we're gonna talk about it together.
It's a third point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it together. Bundle it together.
Okay.
But let's talk about strategy first.
Yes.
Because your role and our working relationships will depend on strategy.
Sure.
Yeah. So the strategy, I understand you are in favor of the
organic growth.
Yes. Could you please help me understand more about that?
Sure. So maybe because first I will explain why I don't see the inorganic growth that is your proposal is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen in the past many companies that just go there and acquire an Indonesian company and then fail. Indonesian system is not transparent at all. So what happens is they acquire these companies, and then many things and legal problems are going to be disclosed after the acquisition, and these foreigner companies just dig themselves with lawsuits and problems with government because they just get in and buy a company and that's it. They didn't put any effort about building any relationship or anything. So many companies fail this way. From my experience, and this is why I'm proposing organic growth. Mm-hmm. Organic growth is going to be cheaper for the company and much more less risky. Sorry.
Okay.
And I think this is a good way to position A&M for a higher growth. Because Indonesia is all about, if you want to have any operations, we need to contact with the government and we need to contact with the local company there. Mm-hmm. So everything is about relationship. That's why I was worried about the language, etc. Because this is how the way it works. You need to build relationship with the government, relationship with the local company, then grow little by little your business with your customers, brand awareness, and once you're well established, you can grow. Mm-hmm. But if you just go there and buy a company without any other foundation, I have seen many other companies failing. So that's why I think, and actually this is the strategy I was discussing with my previous boss before you arrived, and my boss and I, we were pushing for this kind of a strategy. We really think it's the less risky if you want to succeed. We agree that acquisition could be the most fast, but it can backfire you. It can be a big failure. That's my point of view. But
yeah, definitely.
Let's discuss.
I think you brought up some very good points to help me understand this. And you mentioned the previous mergers and acquisitions didn't succeed, and the reason behind it is because they were not putting effort into building relationships with the government. So help me understand.
The example, for example, is Compact Enterprises.
Compact Enterprises.
This is one of the companies, that try.
What happened to them? No, I have no idea what happened to them because.
So what happened with them is that's it, because they don't have any transparency in the nations.
Okay.
So there are many risk factors and undisclosed liabilities and contingencies that you only discover after acquisition. So what happened to this company is what I saw. They were end up in many hundreds of lawsuits, political meddling, and xenophobic media campaign, and then destroy this company.
Wow.
And for sure, try to enter the market again after that is.
It would be very, very difficult, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Mm-hmm.
why organic growth, I think, is easier, and also is less organizational distress. It's just ourselves
Mm-hmm.
going there. And as you know, there are many
Mm-hmm.
colleagues that will be happy to relocate in Indonesia to make this business grow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think it's not worth it. The company spend the money buying another company. And this is another other concern. Even if the acquisition, I don't think acquisition is a good idea. But even if it is, I don't believe our company is in the position to buy a good company there. We don't have enough financials from the last studies. Maybe the situation have changed. But even if you consider acquisition, I mean, the big companies have already bought the good ones. So we can end up with a bad, not efficient company in Indonesia, which would be, another mistake. Okay. And maybe we bought them, and for years we don't see profit coming. Yeah. So those are my concerns, and why I think organic could be better.
That's definitely a very valid concern. The target on that market can be a concern, but before we talk about my proposal, I will share with you in details right after I ask a couple of questions that I still have. Since you mentioned that Compact Enterprise, you said that they didn't take time to dig into the company and find out the problems. What if they did a very good due diligence work?
No, Indonesian market is opaque.
It's opaque. Okay.
Yeah, I try even myself, that I have many connections. All these hide things within the companies is not transparent at all. And if you try to do some research yourself, you will see everything looks okay in the surface, but the system how Indonesia operates, which is like agent and then trader, is very complicated, and if you don't have the local contacts, it's impossible to navigate inside. Yeah,
it's impossible. And so that is very interesting. So I wouldn't question more on this, even though I do have some other questions later on we can discuss.
Maybe you can share why do you think acquisition is the best strategy?
I would like to share that. So my reasons are three. In brief, one is right now I see that Indonesia has a lot of undervalued assets.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good for us to snap up this opportunity before the Indonesian market is valued by the investors properly. So the price will go up in the future.
What are the undervalued assets?
And the undervalued asset would be the firms that would have good earnings in the future, projected earnings in the future. However, not many foreign investors were interested in investing in Indonesian market.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but I understand why. But I will tell you later.
Okay. Yeah, not very interested. So in the future, when they realize that Indonesian market may be a good idea to invest in, then they will swoop in, and the asset price will go up in the future. So we're gonna lose very good opportunity. And the second is, it is going to be very costly for the company to build our own distribution channels. We have. If we want to, Indonesia has 17,508 islands, and that span more than 1.9 million kilometers. To build a distribution channel on this island, from my experience on such geography, is going to be very costly to the company. And that's where the acquisition will come into handy. If we acquire a company that has already built very good distribution channels,
we can just partner with them. We don't need to buy them.
Something that we can think about. Yes, absolutely. So let me finish my train of thoughts.
Sure,
it's a good idea.
I'm sorry. I always jump until.
Yeah, it's good.
I told you when I say something I'm not very agree on, I usually
say it.
Tell you directly.
And that's a good idea. Let's talk about that later. Yeah. So distribution channel building is going to be costly. And the third is we have a lot of competitors on the market. And these competitors, as you mentioned, have built good relationships with the government. If we don't move in very quickly, and they sense that we're going to move in by building organic distribution channels and stores slowly in the market, they're going to kill us.
Sorry, the competitors already bought another company.
No, no, no,
What did you say?
no. The competitor, we have a lot of competitors on the market,
Yeah.
and some of them have good government relationships than we do.
Mm.
So if my belief is we have to get it done and get it done very quickly. Otherwise, if the competitor senses that we're going to expand the Indonesian market on a large scale, they will kill us by all means. So it is based on these three big concerns, I proposed the acquisition strategy.
Okay. Can I share my opinion?
Please.
So, regarding the first point, that you see this undervalued asset as an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
I think this could be seen as a trap due to the high level of corruption and low infrastructure. I mean, everybody's have been saying that Indonesia is going to be the next great whatever, but it's kind of not happening because the big level of corruption, how the companies, how they operate is not allowing them to cross this barrier. Yes, we discussed before in the region, some countries are in this moment that they don't achieve this.
I see.
So these undervalued assets, maybe they are undervalued for a good reason, and they will never go up. This is one of my concerns, but of course, due diligence, more detail could be.
Okay.
Then I don't know. Building our channel distribution could be costly and expensive, but I believe it could be much less costly than an acquisition. I don't have the financials. I'm just field expert, but seems to me an acquisition could be more expensive. And then about the competitors, I understand your rush and your idea of get this done quickly, but for me, doing things fast and quickly is not sustainable in the future. And Indonesian market is slow. Getting in is slow. I agree. Some of our competitors are already in, and we are going to enter after them. They have already relationship with the government. Okay, we can build them. That's why. Well, we have already many connections. I think we can build them. But I think the risk of a fast movement, you get in fast, but you can get out fast. I think it's not sustainable in the future. Because as you know, building relationship takes time.
Absolutely.
So this is my concern about this strategy.
Okay. Well, I think those are fair points. I appreciate that you shared that with me, and you already brought it up. We talked about grow organically.
Yeah.
We talked about acquisitions and mergers. How about partnership? What do you think about partnership?
What do you think? You are the boss.
I think partnership can be one of the options, but we definitely need to evaluate against the other two options we already evaluated. It seems that organic growth has its pros and cons, and also the acquisitions has its pros and cons as well. Partnership, to me, would have the advantage of utilizing distribution work of our partner, and at the same time use their government relationships help us expand. The challenge it faces is our brand expansion may not be as fast as the other two methods.
Actually, I'm thinking now more concerns about partnership. As you said, competitors are already in the region. Maybe they already partner with the good partners. So partnership is complicated also because how can you ensure this partner is going to promote our brand instead of their brand? So I have also concerns about that. Actually, I mention it as because I think it's a better option than acquisition because it's expensive. But I still think growing organically could be the better option.
Growing organically.
I also, because at least it's us, it's our employees in the field, it's building our brand.
We tried growing organically in the past, and it was quite slow. So to be honest with you, it's not related to your performance. I'm not making personal attack or judgment right now. I understand, but it reflects how difficult it is to grow organically in the Indonesian market. You probably is fully aware. You have worked so hard with your previous boss. Both of you worked so hard on growing the company organically in Indonesia. The result wasn't very good. And
But because the CEO never put investments or efforts. These past years,
Honestly,
I've
yeah.
been working without any resources and any support. It's only recently they just decided they want to put more effort in Indonesia. So now I have more resources. From now on, it could be faster.
if we
This
have
is
more
the difference from my work before and now. Now the CEO is supporting this project. Before he wasn't.
we wanted to see to see how it's almost like a test market in the past to see how you can grow that. Um, the company definitely didn't allocate enough resource, but back then, if it's an easier market to grow organically, then even with limited resource, based on some other markets experience, with limited resource, you can still grow it to a certain size, but not as small as what we've seen in the past. So to be honest, the organic growth method based on your efforts in the past and the previous boss efforts was under our expectation, and we were fully aware the resource was limited. It's not that we're trying to prevent you from growing it. We know that resource is limited. We wanted to see if you can use limited resource to grow to a size that is within our expectation. But Indonesian market was very hard to grow organically, and based on our experiment in the past, it wasn't. The result wasn't as good as we expected. That's why seeking some
It
other
takes time. I don't know.
approaches.
What have you used to set up your expectations? As I said, Indonesia is a completely different animal within Southeast Asia. It's
Yeah.
very complex and it's not transparent at all. So I don't know where these expectations came from, but it's not comparable to Malaysia project.
Oh yeah.
But I am sure with the resources we have now, organically, I think we can achieve the objectives for sure.
I like your confidence, and I would like you to keep
I
that
have
confidence
confidence.
going
That's
forward
why
in the
I'm
future.
still in the team. I mean,
Yes.
if I don't have confidence, if I
And-
will not believe,
Mhm.
I will not have pushed the CEO to invest in Indonesia.
Oh yeah,
for that many
absolutely.
years.
And keep that confidence. I want that spirit on the team in the future, but I still have concerns about your approach. Once
Why?
again, it is not when I talked about the past performance of the pilot project you and the other boss initiated. It's not personal at all. I don't want you to take it personal. It's not
I
saying
don't.
that you guys
It's not
underperformed.
personal when I
Yeah.
say maybe you don't assess correctly the
Okay.
expectations you can have in Indonesia.
Okay. So my reasoning behind this is, so for example, if it's not personal, then this is completely company related,
It
right?
is.
And it's regional related. So we're comparing region to region to see which region grow organically would be easier, which region would not be easier.
Yeah.
And also we want to see which region would make sense to grow organically in that aspect. So now we're comparing Indonesia to some other markets. You started that pilot project probably 6 to 7 years ago. I remember 10 years ago, if not.
Maybe.
I think it's a long time ago.
I've been here 15 years.
Yeah, I think you started pretty
I've
long time
been
ago.
in the company 15 years ago, and the project specifically,
You worked here for 15 years.
I don't know. It's been so long that I don't really know.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So, given the time horizon, given the size we were able to achieve in the end, compared to any other regions, this seems to be quite slow.
It is slow.
It's quite slow, and I understand the challenge because of the challenges we are facing. We don't want to, we want to work around those challenges instead of going against it. The government is really corrupted. It's not transparent. Growing organically will be very slow, and we've already seen that. I can give you a lot of resources, but you can't overcome the government transparency problems.
No,
right?
but this is the relationship you build with them.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and you are really good.
And
at
this is
building
why
it.
you need to do it organically. If you just impose yourself buying some company.
But can we build relationships after the acquisition or even before the acquisition? I understand your point. So here is what I think. Considering what you said, I don't think we can move into the Indonesian market immediately, even though we acquire a company. Because there are so many complexities involved in that. So my plan is to send experts like you or some other team members
Yeah.
to start building relationship with the government.
Okay.
And to do the due diligence, I will propose to hire some experts who are good at doing due diligence, like doing M&A deals,
Okay.
to do some due diligence on the companies that we're targeting at, and having you guys on the ground to start
Okay.
building relationship with the government, and then in the end,
And with these target companies to evaluate them. That's right.
Yes, that's right. And I think what the difference you guys gonna make will be great. Will have huge impact.
Okay.
Or we can do partnership as well, which is in between acquisition and the organic growth. I'm more in favor of acquisition because it's the fastest way of getting it done. But
yes.
Considering the
so I like
the risks,
this idea of really go there and build a relationship, and I like the fact that you told me it's not going to be immediate, because this is my concern. You cannot do it that way. But I like this idea of evaluate them, go there, build relationships. If me and some experts, we can be in the ground and really ensure is the right partner that avoid. I told you my concern. These companies that just go by and the partner is bad.
Okay.
And it backfire them, and then. But if you can mitigate it, you know what I mean. If it's not something immediate and you can dedicate time and go there and due diligence and evaluate the target, then you are kind of reducing the risk of a backfire after. So I like this idea.
I'm glad that we're on the same page. So
we are not. And the partnership, I'm thinking more, and I think it's a risk, because today they are partnered with you, tomorrow they are not.
That's my concern.
So
as well.
It's a risk. I'm thinking about this risk because it also happens in the past.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so this idea, I like it. It's not. And actually, I like it because you mentioned me specifically and team of experts.
Yes. So let's talk about you.
Sorry. No, but I like this idea because I consider I have the right expertise to evaluate this.
Oh yeah.
If you tell me, oh yeah, we have this report from whatever, one of these one of your friends consulting from your MBA, whatever, and this is the targeting you need to buy, I will be very
absolutely
suspicious and comfortable with that. Okay.
So let me talk about you now, your role and working relationships. Since you already mentioned that, I want to propose you to be the VP of Public Relations, building the relationship with the government, and also building relationships with the public within Indonesia. Would that be something you're interested in?
VP of Public Relationships.
What would you be interested in getting engaged in this project?
Of course, I want to be engaged in this project, but being like public relationships seems interesting for sure, and this is one of my strengths.
Yes.
But it would seem a bit limited, that you are not using my skills and expertise at full.
Tell me
how I am very good in operations. You know already I'm very good in the field.
So tell me more how I can use your better.
I mean, I was aspired to your job, which is head of Indonesian operations. So if now you're gonna put me as public relationships, it looks interesting, but I wonder.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to propose? Operations, public
I mean,
relations.
I like this public relations, whatever.
Public relations.
I think if I am going to be there in the field, I would like to also get involved
in
all the efforts. Yeah, in the field, non-strategic, because strategic is is your role.
Yes.
But taking the non-strategic decisions. I mean, if I'm going to be there in the field, I would like to take more.
Absolutely.
More ownership of the project.
So.
And lead the efforts in the ground, because
From my understanding, public relations definitely takes a lot of efforts. So I want you to be at least 50% on that. It's the key for the success of the project. At least, ideally 70%.
Yeah,
Because
but I mean, I'm not meeting with the government every day.
It's true,
I
but
mean,
you need to talk to the government officials, people. But also, I like to tailor the role to your interests as well. Your interest in operations. Let's put some of the operational part into that, and
I think it would be more useful, and because I speak the language, I can
absolutely
really like
at the beginning
manage the people.
At the beginning of the project, I don't think there will be a lot of operational work that needs to be done. If the acquisition doesn't happen, before the acquisition happens, what do you think? What kind of work you think would be required before the acquisition happens? We're gonna hire a consulting firm. They will do the due diligence for sure, and then our role is mainly to build relationships, get on the ground, and assisting the consulting firm to conduct the due diligence required, building relationships with customers, with potential customers, government, building relationships with getting to the market, understanding the market very well. So for me, it's more relationship building. But if you don't like the title, I'm more open to change to something else.
Okay, and you're right. Maybe at the beginning there is not much things to do on the ground, but as you say, maybe going with these experts and be part of the expert team that is gonna. For sure, don't know about these evaluation things, but I can get feeling about what are these organizations, how they operate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Maybe I don't have the expert knowledge to cover everything, but be more involved.
So tell me what kind of titles you'd like to have. You know that I'm going to give you the responsibilities of doing some
I don't care about the title. I care about the job. And the thing is that, I would love to be there building the relationships and with the government, but I also would like to be in the field, in the ground.
So how about I just give you the title of VP without specifying anything?
Sure.
And the responsibilities will be stated in detail in a document I sent you that it will be upgraded employment contract. And it will include mainly the public relations building because that's the main part of the job in the next few months.
Yeah.
But also operational work as well.
If is the opportunity.
Absolutely. So that'll be included. But now let's just stick to VP.
Okay.
Would that be okay to you?
Yeah, I don't care about the title. I just want to enjoy.
Okay.
I enjoy my work.
Absolutely. Okay. And I think I'm okay with everything. Is there anything else you're concerned about or you want to share with me?
No, the only thing, as you say, these responsibilities would be stated in the contract.
Yes.
But because of my expertise, and I think it would be faster, because I assume I will be there in the field, and you will remain in Singapore in the headquarters.
Yes, I'll remain in the Singapore.
So I think it would be faster if I have some kind of like authorization to take decisions in non-strategic issues.
Oh yes, so that's part of operational thing, right?
Yeah, just to be clear on that.
Decision making may not be full because at the beginning I want to be hands-on as well.
Yeah, if it's a strategic, related, for sure. I mean, the little things of day to day. I don't want to suffer the bureaucracy of.
Oh yeah, but some of the big operational issues I want to be involved as well. I want to be clear, and also, and from the beginning, I would like to, when I'm engaged in a project, this is my own working habit, and I hope that you guys will understand. I want to be copied on at least a medium level of medium importance level of emails.
No problem.
Yes,
yeah,
so
no
I want to be aware of what's happening on the ground. Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay, perfect. I agree on that.
Great. Anything else you want to talk about or share?
I don't know. Because this, you can tell me, this is a role that I'm very happy to take. Because I will see finally this project taking place. And I've been working all my life for this. but comes with more responsibility, I would say. So coming back to meritocracy,
Mm-hmm.
if I go there, I build this. What kind of reward or what kind of sign I can see from the company?
This is something that we need to talk to the CEO about. I'm pretty sure that with the past reputation of the company,
You are my boss. You decide my salary.
True. Now I'm your boss. Okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. Well, salary-wise, definitely. If this takes off, considering that we did a good due diligence report, we have some target companies. Um, you now has a title promotion, but salary increase will be definitely in the line next once the project is successful.
And what if the project is not successful? On my work and responsibilities, and anything can happen. I'm confident the project is going to be successful,
Yeah.
but
Well, if the project is not successful, all of us will suffer from that.
the project is going to be successful.
Yes.
But I think
Let's-
you should consider,
Mm-hmm.
just to show that you really value my expertise and you want me fully committed with that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can consider proposing me some raise in my salary
Oh.
that I haven't been
So-
been raised in many years. So
Absolutely. But
I would not say it's, of course, this is not about money. I'm super happy about this project and that you come to me and I'm going to be there as a key part of this project.
Mm-hmm.
This is very satisfying for me
Yeah.
as an employee and for my work. But I think, because it's more responsibility,
Rupert,
I think it could be good to match title promotion with
salary promotion.
reward.
I know what you're asking. Rupert, here is something that I want to share with you. I value expertise, but to be honest, I never worked with you before. I want to see results. This is my working style. Whoever works with me, in order to get a salary increase, I want to see the results, concrete results.
You
So
have my evaluation from all the past years.
that's not my
You can
evaluation
check the
directly.
results.
I want my own
But it's the
evaluation.
meritocracy system of the company.
Yes, I value that, and company values that. But I don't rely on other people's words. My own working habit in the future, I hope you guys will understand. I value first-hand experience, and I count on that. So if the project succeeds, and I'm sure it will, by using all of our efforts working as a team, you will get a salary increase. That's what I can promise you. Moving to the next stage.
But I said, if the project,
Doesn't succeed.
imagine the project doesn't succeed for any external reasons, not
Yeah.
related to my job. I mean, what kind of incentive are you giving me to put all my efforts in this project?
We value your efforts working in this company, and I don't think anybody's going to get a promotion or a salary increase if that happens, me included. If the project doesn't succeed, I will not get a promotion from the company. I will not have a salary increase. And I hope that is
you
fair to
already
everybody.
get your promotion, so
I understand that's based on my previous work experience
yeah.
leading
So I
successful
think-
projects.
I think even if we never work together, I
Yeah.
think my reputation, everybody knows. All my last reports, you can see them, you can consider them.
Hmm.
And for me, it could be a good incentive if the company can make a small effort to improve my salary conditions. I will evaluate that, but I understand you never work with me
Hmm.
and that you need.
How about this?
I agree absolutely with that.
Yeah.
But I think even we never work together, you are considering me for this project because you have some kind of information, reputation. I mean, you have information about my past performance.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in your team.
Hmm.
If you really don't trust my performance or that I work well, I will not be in this team.
I agree some of the good points. How about this? Since I'm going to get a title promotion already, it would be good if we can come with some salary promotion. But I'm very cautious about that. It's not that I don't trust you completely or I don't trust in the previous boss evaluation. It's that I'm the type of person who only trusts my first-hand experience. So having said that, I'm going to give you a small salary increase right now. And then when the project succeed and when we have some good results coming out, by the year end, you will have another promotion. You'll have another salary increase.
Can you be more specific? What are the
So right now, the
percentage
salary
you have in
increase
mind?
will be 5% increase. By the year end, we'll discuss the salary increase later.
of what is you have in mind?
No, now I don't want to share
Have
the
you
number
checked my
with you.
salary? 5% is quite ridiculous. Have you checked my
I
salary?
checked your salary. It's double the salary of working in Indonesia, and it is on par with your current position holding. I don't think you are underpaid at this moment based on the responsibility you were carrying in the past. I definitely checked that.
You don't believe I am underpaid?
I believe you are underpaid. That's why I give you a small salary increase.
So you believe I am underpaid? You agree?
Yeah, so 5% increase.
It's not that much.
I don't think I can give you more, Rupert. How about this? Think about this. I propose this, and let me know if you have any concerns about this amount. I can't give you more than 5%. Based
Can
on
I understand why?
first-hand experience.
Can I understand? Yeah, where is this 5% coming from?
This 5% is a small increase without any of the indication of me working with you in the past. And this is only to increase your salary with the title promotion.
Okay. And after 1 year, if the project goes well, you will revise that.
If the project goes well, definitely everybody will
I mean,
get
based on my
increase.
performance, you will revise that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, seems fair. Seems fair because you never worked with me before, and although I think you can trust my previous boss evaluations, I kind of understand. But for me, it's already good enough. The promotion in title and the little 5%, I will take it as gesture that you have confidence in my performance. But for sure, the most important thing is my role in the field as a key part of this project. This is more important to me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm glad that
Because yeah, and of
You
course
see
you know,
it
but
this way, yeah.
just to mention, the project is very important to me, but also because I'm married with a Indonesian woman. Don't laugh again. For me, it's very important also to be close home. So
yes, I see that.
this is a beside the business, but I just wanted to share with you that this is also will make me more happy.
I didn't say this. I know this.
Sorry?
I know this.
What?
You wanted to work from home,
Okay,
close to home.
makes sense.
That's why
I don't need
I
to
want to
say
place
that.
you on the field. Okay,
I appreciate that.
yeah, you're welcome. And we'll work as a team, and I hope that the project will be very, very successful.
It will.
Great. Okay. Okay, thank you. Very good.
Thank you,
Oh,
Joanna.
oh, thank you, Rupert. It's so funny. Why do they give me a female role, give you a male role?
I always get male roles.
I don't get it.